This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
This is 99X. It's Barnes and Leslie, Crash Clark. Here on Traffic, we have a very interesting someone you should know from right down the road in your old neck of the woods, Crash, Lawrenceville.
Oh!
People doing interesting things, and you're going to meet him next.
Let's check out your sweet deals this week. Sweetdeals.com/Atlanta deals. Who doesn't need parking at the airport? 5-day covered outdoor parking pass at ATL from Peachy Airport Parking. Originally $130, just $49.99 at sweetdeals.com/Atlanta, which I think is a great deal. If you want to go to Vegas, baby, how about 4 days, 3 nights stay at Stratosphere in Vegas? They're also going to give you $100 to play and to eat. Normally $6.99 to go to Vegas, $29.95 at Stratosphere. 4 days, 3 nights. That's a deal. It's a sweetdeal.com/Atlanta.
A very difficult thing to do is to get a patent. And do you guys know, either of you, that I have a patent pending?
No.
What?
You honestly, you don't, see, you know nothing about me.
Well, share.
I'll tell you that getting a patent is brutal to go through the process.
Does it take years and years and years?
Years to go through it, and it's not inexpensive. And there is a guest we're bringing on right now who just got patent number 1244033 out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. His name is George Davis. And George, his patent is a sofa that works as an emergency flotation device. Please welcome George to the show. Hi, George.
How you folks doing?
Doing really well, and congratulations on getting your patent, because as you just heard, I know how hard it is.
Thank you so much.
How long did it take?
Oh, man, it took me I'd say about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Wow. You've got to give drawings. You've got to give it's just, you got lawyers doing all this stuff. So why would you, I think I have ideas, but why would you make a floating or a couch that can float patented?
Well, it's kind of a funny story. I believe it or not, I'm a tattoo artist. I've been tattooing for about 25 years.
Oh, nice.
And
plug your business. Where's your business?
Perpetual Roots Tattoo out in, we have a shop in Peachtree Corners.
All right. Good job. All right. Carry on.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so we had one of the gentlemen who was working for us back in about 2020 when COVID was going on. And his grandparents, their house had been hit by Hurricane Maria. And so he went back to Florida. They're out in Panama City Beach. And he went to go help his grandparents to repair their house and kind of pick up after the hurricane. And I called him one day and asked what they were doing. And he said he was out with his grandmother shopping for furniture. And I was like, wait, hold on. Like, doesn't Florida get hit by hurricanes a lot? And he was like, yeah. And he said they buy new furniture almost every other year. And I was like, you don't have, like, reusable furniture? And he says, well, you could put outside furniture indoors. But he said that'd be kind of tacky. So I decided to actually build a furniture that was reusable. So I thought to myself, maybe it's got to be something made out of something that could help the planet. So made out of a solid plastic. So it's a plastic kind of base couch, but you can put different attachments to it. So you can put attachments onto it. And let's say the house floods, you can take the attachments off, shoot the couch down, and then put more attachments back on. And you have a couch. You don't have to spend another $3,500 for a couch. Then I said, okay, well, if it's going to be there for disasters, then it's got to be a flotation device, because I also thought about Hurricane Katrina, when a lot of people drowned because they were elderly people who couldn't swim. And then, we have the Mississippi River that floods, a lot of places that flood here in the U.S., and it could save lives. So I was like, wow. And then you can just shoot it down, and then buy attachments to it, so you can change your couch's color. You can change it from a cloth couch to a leather couch to whatever you want, just by changing the attachments to this couch.
That's brilliant.
And then it also acts as a flotation
So
device.
smart.
George, this is brilliant, and we know about all the natural disasters, so you're doing good in the world. Have you even tried this out? I was just curious. I mean, you've made it. Have you tried it, and where have you tried it?
Well, we're actually building prototypes right now. And we're testing it. We're working with it. So it's just one of those things. It's like you have the idea, and then first thing to do is patent it. So we patented it, and they said that the closest patent to what I have is IKEA furniture, which is they can kind of it's mobile. You can break it apart and put it back together. So that's about as close to what my patent is, where it's actually got the snap-on furniture where you can have attachments to it. So,
Okay.
But we're working on it right now. We're actually doing prototypes and stuff, and we got to raise money because that costs a lot more money to build prototypes and all that stuff. So I'm trying to find different ways of raising capital right now, and just figuring it out. Hopefully we can do this. And this is a worldwide product. We can use it in the Philippines where there's tornadoes out there.
Incredible.
And hurricanes there, in the Caribbean, places where they flood all the time because of hurricanes, that this can be safety furniture that can save people's lives.
So smart. This is George Davis right here in the Atlanta area up in Lawrenceville, just granted a patent, which is so hard. I'm looking at your patent right now, and I'm looking at, you have to put these SketchUps, and it's funny, he's got a house halfway covered with water and a dude sitting on a couch floating outside in the yard. Like, it sums
Gotta
it
have a
up
description.
so freaking perfectly.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
We are the musers on the pod so far. We've discussed people we love,
I didn't tell you guys. Cuban emailed.
What are you wearing?
Well, no, that's not.
things we love. Got way into typewriters.
How many typewriters do you own?
Let's not podcast anymore.
Just estimate.
It's time to get really down and dirty.
These are great ideas. Start a podcast and then forget to promote it on social media.
So,
What is our podcast about? Yeah, whatever we feel like.
The Musers, the podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
my question, whenever you're on an airplane and they say in the highly unlikely event of a water landing, your seat cushion can be used as a flotation device.
Yeah.
This sounds similar to your couch. Did you get any harassment from any of the airlines saying, hey, we've already got floating, furniture. You can't do that?
Yeah, I just crazy awesomeness. I never thought about that, but really, once again, you have, like you folks said earlier, we have to go through the patent process. So they go through so many patents for you to go through. Like we go back and forth with the lawyers. Like, well, this patent looks too similar to this patent, and then we got to go back and we got to reword it. We got to reword it. Where the device itself doesn't. A lot of those devices where they kind of almost inflate themselves. Where for the device that I have, it doesn't inflate. It's just got a hollow body, plastic shell where it just floats because it has water, it has air in it. So it doesn't inflate. So that's what makes it different from the flotation devices on the airplanes.
Man, you need to get a lot of our artists as your tattoo client because, man, when they come back and forth on that patent, it's just thousands of dollars again that you have to pay, as they keep fighting off other situations. But you've been granted the patent already, which is freaking awesome. Now, this could be a Shark Tank thing. We had the young girl on with Vigil, this AI app. Have you thought about going that route? Because this is so unique. I've not heard of anything like it where I could see one or two of those sharks think about manufactured homes. Think about those huge manufactured home companies who could have your furniture as a rollout with their mobile homes. And that's just one solution because whenever there's a hurricane like that, they deploy those companies to go out with housing for people. There's so many use cases for this. Have you thought of going that route?
Now that you mention it, I really have. I've been trying to raise funds on our own. As when you build a patent, I'm not a guy who create. So this is my first patent I've ever done. So, kind of going through the process, trying to figure things out at first and trying to figure out how can we raise money? What can we do? How do we get it out? But I never thought about Shark Tank, but that's definitely an idea.
I'm going to put you in contact. One of our good friends is the director, Ken Fuchs. Actually, he's in town filming a reality show right now. So, Ken, if you're listening, you're going to get some info later. But I think that he can at least get you to the producer team that vets. It's just an interesting TV. I think about what would be good on TV, and your situation, especially if you have a prototype, could be cool to see. And this could really be a difference maker, saving lives.
Yeah,
hey, George.
That's what we're hoping. Yes.
We're talking to George Davis, lives right here in Lawrenceville, has a patent for this emergency flotation device, which he has patented. I do have a question because you said it's made out of recycled material. How expensive is it to make just one?
Once again, we're going through the prototype right now. So prototyping. So we're actually building it, trying different materials, trying to figure out what it'd be most cost effective and kind of what makes it work the best. So right now, until we find that, there's just so many calculations that we have to go through right now. But building things out of, like, let's say recycled plastic, once again, it helps the environment, but it's relatively cheap, so it's not too bad. So we're hoping it won't be too expensive.
Well, you've got the patent. That's the hard part. Congratulations, man. This is like something that would be in the Batcave. Like the Batcave floods, the couch, like a little motor pops out of the bag,
Love it.
and you just take off. So stand by. I want to get your info. I want to connect you with the people over at Shark Tank because I think this could be something. And we love to see you succeed. Great to see people coming out of this area doing cool stuff. George Davis, someone you should know in Lawrenceville, Georgia. She's got a patent on a floating sofa. George, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, folks, so much. Thank you for having me on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We've got a new listener, too. He just moved to town recently, so get on there, 100.5 or in the 99X app. This is the world-famous 99X.
Start your day with America in the Morning.
I'm John Trout, your host.
From Breaking News.
The U.S. Supreme Court with rulings. Shifting gears, Apple has released a new iPhone. Here's the Wednesday Business Report. It's far from a seller's market.
To politics and entertainment.
Moving into scary movie season, so why not another Conjuring movie? Shifting gears, Powerball jackpot is now the third largest ever in history.
Live long and prosper.
America in the Morning.
Fresh each day.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.